Hey beautiful soul, I am Joyful Medium Joy Giovanni, and you are about to watch the weekly reading for Monday, September 27th through Sunday, October 3rd. We're stepping into October. I can hardly believe it. It's crazy. Okay, so if you have missed any of the free 5-day workshop that I've been doing in the Joy Soul Spa group, Unleash Your Innate Healer Within in just 5 days, those replays are going to be available just through the middle of this week. So if you wanted to see them, make sure you get on and get that info and learn how to be a healer yourself. Okay, so let's look at what's going on this week. Now, this Nine of Swords lets me know that some of us have really been going through it. And this can be in any area of our lives. It could have to do with a relationship, with our work, even just wrestling with our inner self. It could certainly also be that someone close to us has been having a hard time, but really just sleepless nights, going through it. Just the inner struggle is real for some of us this week. And it can just be something that we're wrestling with, and it could be one small thing, but it could have a big impact. So let's just continue to see what else we have. Now, Seven of Swords. We saw this a few weeks back. This is kind of a sneaky card. This indicates dishonesty, deceit. Something's been going awry. Now, it could be someone being dishonest with us, or again, if this is about someone struggling that's close to you, it could be about someone being dishonest with them. It could be about us needing to be honest with them, or it could be about us needing to be honest with ourselves. This card usually indicates some kind of dishonesty, some kind of shade is going on. So this will be a little different for each of us, but let's just continue to look and see what else we can know. Okay, Five of Swords. Five of Swords is needing a change, just being done with the drama. If you look, there's been a little bit of a battle here, and these people are stepping away, no longer willing to fight this battle. And this person's just picking up all the swords, still wanting to fight. So maybe there's something that either ourselves or someone we care about, maybe there's a fight they're wanting to fight that just isn't worth the fight anymore. Maybe there's been some deception, some dishonesty. Maybe we've been being dishonest with ourselves in this situation, and we're kind of coming to terms this week with, okay, I'm not going to fight this anymore. I need to be really honest with myself about what I want, what I don't want, what's in my best interest, how I actually feel, because sometimes we can be hiding our feelings from ourselves. Swords can often mean, and this is a lot of swords this week, I just realized that, oh my goodness, swords means we're all in our head. We're all in our head about something. We could have been wrestling with something that just doesn't serve us anymore, or certainly someone we care about could be doing that, and we're stepping in to comfort them, to be that voice of reason. But it's this energy of, aren't you tired? Are you tired of fighting this invisible battle? Or aren't you tired of being dishonest with yourself or with people in your space and losing sleep over it? Aren't you tired of battling this deceit or this dishonesty, even if it's within ourselves? Aren't you tired of just not being yourself in this situation? So where can we truly step into being our most authentic self and coming from the heart? This is being all in our head, all in our thoughts, and sometimes creating thoughts about a situation, and it might not be the reality of what's even happening. It could just be that we're so in our mind about it that we're creating things that are not even really there. So dropping into that heart a little more this week, kind of getting out of our head. And maybe for some of us, it means actually physically getting out of our space and doing some exercise or change of scenery. And maybe some of it for some of us is just going into our heart and really just getting very honest and very clear with ourselves about what we are and are not willing to have boundaries around our space. You know what I mean? Like, what are we not willing to live with anymore? What are we not willing to deal with anymore? What's not working for us? And just being really, really honest with ourselves, at least, about it. Okay, crown chakra. So that's the one on top of our head that sits up there like a crown. And we are being invited to connect with our higher self or our higher power on whatever we are wrestling with. I know we all have different feelings about the word God, but the phrase that comes to my mind this week about this is give it to God. Give it to God. Our own human understanding and banging our mind against a wall for sleepless nights on end is not working. It's not working. Just go within and let it go. Give it over to God. Pray about it. Turn it over to your higher power or the higher power of your understanding for assistance. Your own human ways are not going to solve whatever this is that you are wrestling with this week. You need kind of some divine intervention, some heartfelt shift in you. I'm so curious to see what the guidance is. So let's see, and then we'll keep working. Goblins. Okay. This tells me a lot, actually. If you can see this card, we're kind of in the forest. And again, 5 is change. What do we need to change to make this better? And usually it's not about changing someone else, it's about changing ourselves. So for some of this, it might be a repetitive pattern that comes from our past, kind of our past goblins or our inner negative voice, that inner critic that kind of pokes at us a little bit like a sword. And really just, it's not coming from a heart space, it's coming from a mind, space of trying to analyze things or trying to be hypercritical. So are some of your little goblins, your little bad habits from the past, poking their nosy negative heads into your space and really just creating some unease for you in your life? And it could be about another person. Like I said, it could be about someone we care about that's going through something, or it could be about a relationship. It could be about the way we're interacting with someone in our lives. It could be about a situation, a job, something we're passionate about, or maybe just a little situation came up this week and you're really stressed out about it and you feel like someone's not being honest with you and you feel like you're so tired of this. Are you handling it in the way that you would have handled it 10 years ago? Or are you handling it as your newer, more evolved, wiser, more uplifted self? Are you kind of slipping back into old patterns? So that is a big warning this week, is just watching old patterns, old habits that didn't serve us then, that are kind of easy to fall back into, about worrying, about I used to be someone that worried a ton and felt like I had to take it all on my own and solve it all on my own. And I have learned through spiritual development, through developing as a healer and as a medium, that I don't, that I'm fully supported and that I don't have to do it all myself. So maybe that's part of what this is for you, is that you do have the universe, a higher power, something greater than yourself to give this over to lean into for guidance. You don't have to handle it in the way that you have always done or the way that a less mature, less evolved version of you would have handled it. You don't have to have sleepless nights and try to figure it all out on your own. So inviting you to just drop a little bit into your heart space. Remember, we're working on practicing self-compassion and just being really honest with ourselves, within ourselves at the very least. So you don't have to keep going through it. You can make a new choice. You can look from a new angle. You can connect with your higher self, your higher power, doing some meditation, and just really being careful of those thoughts that come in that aren't serving you. That negative self-talk, the destructive patterns that we might have within our own minds, and putting your foot down this week and saying, nope, that's not working for me. I need to try it a new way. And then connecting with your higher self or your higher power to be inspired for the best way for you to move forward in this situation. So if you want to share what's going on with you, you're more than welcome to share that in the comments. Please know that you have so much love and support here, and I look forward to seeing you next week. I'm sending you lots of love and big hugs this week.